2007. A sleepy control room at a radio observatory. Banks of monitors quietly tracked the usual hiss of cosmic background noise. Then, for 5 milliseconds, the impossible happened. One channel on the spectrograph exploded. A single, razor-thin spike of radio energy screamed in from deep space, so powerful that it matched what our sun puts out over several days. No build-up, no echo, just an instant blinding shout from a galaxy billions of light-years away. The system flagged it as an anomaly. Ignore and move on. Except it wasn't just another glitch. As astronomers dug through old recordings, they found more of these bursts hiding in the data all over the sky. It looked like a pattern, just like a kind of cosmic Morse code, as if someone out there had found a way to knock on the door of the universe using the loudest radio transmitter ever. Even stranger, some of these bursts originate from regions of space that appear completely empty. No visible stars, no detectable galaxies, just void. Yet from these seemingly barren locations, signals emerge with enough energy to traverse billions of light-years and reach our radio telescopes with clarity that suggests intentional transmission. Scientists initially proposed natural explanations. Magnetars, neutron stars with magnetic fields trillions of times stronger than Earth's, could theoretically produce such bursts. Colliding black holes might generate similar energy signatures. But these catastrophic events cannot repeat with the precise timing observed in multiple burst sources. Natural disasters don't follow schedules. The possibility that these signals represent artificial transmissions has moved from fringe speculation to serious scientific consideration. Some astronomers now openly discuss whether fast radio bursts could be energy beams used by advanced civilizations to power massive spacecraft across interstellar distances. The technology required would be beyond our current capabilities, but not beyond the laws of physics. Consider the implications. If these bursts are artificial, they represent the largest engineering projects ever detected. Civilizations capable of generating such focused energy output would possess technology that makes our most advanced achievements look primitive by comparison. They would have mastered the ability to harness stellar energy and direct it with precision across galactic distances. Every time a new burst is detected, observatories around the world coordinate their efforts to capture as much data as possible. Scientists analyze the frequency patterns, the polarization of the radio waves, and the precise timing of each pulse. They're searching for any sign of structure, any hint of deliberate encoding that might reveal the true nature of these cosmic transmissions. The search has become increasingly sophisticated. Machine learning algorithms now scan the data, looking for subtle patterns that human observers might miss. International collaborations share information instantly, building comprehensive databases of burst characteristics. The goal is simple yet profound: determine whether we're witnessing the greatest natural phenomenon ever discovered, or the first confirmed evidence of technological activity by non-human intelligence. Moving to discovery number 9, we encounter Oumuamua, the interstellar visitor that challenged everything astronomers thought they knew about objects from beyond our solar system. In October 2017, telescopes in Hawaii detected something unprecedented moving through our cosmic neighborhood at incredible velocity. This object exhibited characteristics that didn't match any known asteroid or comet. Its shape was elongated and unusual, roughly 10 times longer than it was wide, resembling a cosmic cigar tumbling through space. Its surface was unusually reflective, and most puzzling of all, it began accelerating without any apparent cause. Traditional comets accelerate when approaching the sun because solar heating causes ice to vaporize, creating jets of gas that provide thrust. But Oumuamua showed no signs of outgassing, no tail, no visible emissions, no detectable vapor trail. Yet it was definitely speeding up as it moved away from the sun, as if something was actively propelling it. The object's trajectory and velocity indicated it originated from outside our solar system, making it the first confirmed interstellar visitor ever observed. It had travelled for millions of years through the void between stars before its brief encounter with our Sun. The fact that we detected it at all was extraordinarily fortunate, as it spent only a few months within range of our telescopes. Harvard astronomer Avi Loeb proposed a hypothesis that sent shockwaves through the scientific community. He suggested that Oumuamua might not be a natural object at all, but rather an artificial construct, possibly a probe or piece of technology from another civilization. The object's unusual properties, its lack of cometary characteristics, and its mysterious acceleration all supported this possibility. Most astronomers initially rejected this interpretation, preferring natural explanations. They proposed that Oumuamua might be composed of exotic materials that behave differently than typical space rocks. Perhaps it was made of solid hydrogen that sublimated invisibly. Or maybe it was a fragment of a disrupted planet with unusual density and composition. But as more data was analysed, the natural explanations became increasingly strained. The object's shape was unlike any asteroid or comet fragment ever observed. Its rotation was chaotic, tumbling end over end in a way that suggested it might be a piece of debris rather than an intact natural body. Its reflectivity varied dramatically as it rotated, indicating a complex, possibly artificial surface. The acceleration remained the most troubling mystery. Multiple observatories confirmed that Oumuamua was moving faster than gravitational forces alone could explain. Something was providing additional thrust, but there was no visible mechanism. If this was a natural object, it was behaving in ways that defied conventional understanding of solar system mechanics. By the time scientists fully grasped the significance of what they were observing, Oumuamua was already moving beyond the reach of detailed study. It had passed closest approach to the Sun and was heading back into interstellar space, never to return. Efforts to send a probe to intercept it proved impossible due to the object's speed and trajectory. The brief visit left more questions than answers. If Oumuamua was artificial, it represented proof that technology from other civilizations occasionally passes through our solar system. If it was natural, it revealed that the universe contains types of objects we've never encountered before, with properties that challenge our understanding of planetary formation and evolution. Discovery number 8 brings us to evidence hidden in plain sight, locked within a meteorite that travelled from Mars to Earth, carrying secrets that could rewrite the history of life itself. In 1984, researchers in Antarctica discovered a small, unremarkable-looking rock that would later spark one of the most significant scientific debates of the modern era. The meteorite, designated ALH 84001, was confirmed to have originated on Mars. Powerful impacts on the Martian surface had blasted this fragment into space millions of years ago, where it wandered through the solar system before eventually falling to Earth. What made this space rock extraordinary wasn't its journey, but what scientists discovered inside it. Microscopic examination revealed tiny structures within the meteorite that bore a striking resemblance to fossilized bacteria. These formations were incredibly small, much smaller than any known Earth bacteria, but they displayed organized patterns that seemed biological in nature. The structures showed characteristics consistent with microbial life, including what appeared to be cellular walls and internal organization. Chemical analysis added another layer of intrigue. The meteorite contained organic compounds typically associated with biological processes. These carbon-based molecules are often produced by living organisms, and their presence in a rock from Mars suggested that the red planet might once have hosted life. The announcement of these findings in 1996 created a global sensation. For the first time in human history, scientists were presenting potential physical evidence of life beyond Earth. The implications were staggering. If Mars had once harbored living organisms, it meant that life wasn't unique to Earth. It could arise elsewhere in the universe given the right conditions. The discovery prompted intense scrutiny from the scientific community. Skeptics argued that the microscopic structures could be mineral formations that coincidentally resembled biological shapes. They proposed that the organic compounds might have formed through non-biological chemical processes, or even contamination from Earth after the meteorite's arrival. Decades of research followed, with scientists using increasingly sophisticated techniques to analyze every aspect of the Martian rock. Some studies supported the biological interpretation, while others favored non-biological explanations. The debate continues to this day, with no definitive conclusion reached. But regardless of whether ALH 84001 actually contains fossilized Martian life, its discovery marked a turning point in astrobiology. It demonstrated that Mars once had conditions potentially suitable for life, including liquid water and organic chemistry. The planet's early history included warm, wet periods that could have supported biological processes. This meteorite also highlighted the possibility that life might transfer between planets through natural processes. If microorganisms could survive the violent ejection from Mars, the long journey through space, and the fiery entry into Earth's atmosphere, then life might be more resilient and widespread than previously imagined. The search for life on Mars has intensified dramatically since the ALH 84001 discovery. Multiple robotic missions have been sent to explore the Martian surface, seeking additional evidence of past or present biological activity. Each new finding adds to our understanding of Mars as a potentially habitable world. Recent discoveries of subsurface water, seasonal methane emissions, and complex organic molecules have strengthened the case that Mars could have supported life. Whether that life still exists in hidden underground environments remains one of the most compelling questions in planetary science. Stay with us as we continue this journey through the cosmos, because what we've covered so far is just the beginning. The next discoveries will take us beyond our solar system to worlds that might be teeming with life, and signals that suggest someone out there might already be trying to make contact. Discovery number 7 takes us 40 light-years from Earth, to a star system that has fundamentally changed how scientists view the possibility of life in our galaxy. The TRAPPIST-1 system represents something astronomers had only dreamed of finding, a collection of worlds that mirror the conditions necessary for life as we understand it. This remarkable system contains 7 planets, each roughly the size of Earth, orbiting a small red dwarf star. What makes this discovery extraordinary isn't just the number of planets, but their positioning. 3 of these worlds sit directly within what scientists call the habitable zone, that precious region around a star where temperatures allow liquid water to exist on a planet's surface. When telescopes first detected these planets using the transit method, watching them pass in front of their star and dim its light ever so slightly, the scientific community erupted with excitement. Here was proof that solar systems could form with multiple Earth-sized worlds in the right location for life. The statistical implications were staggering. If one small star could host 7 potentially habitable planets, how many similar systems might exist throughout the galaxy? But the TRAPPIST-1 system revealed something even more intriguing than just potentially habitable worlds. As astronomers continued their observations, they noticed anomalous light patterns coming from the star system. The brightness of the central star fluctuated in ways that couldn't be explained by the orbital mechanics of the 7 known planets alone. These unexplained dimming events occurred at irregular intervals and showed characteristics that didn't match any known natural phenomena. Some fluctuations lasted for hours, others for days. The patterns seemed too complex and organized to result from random cosmic debris or stellar activity. They suggested the presence of additional objects in the system, objects that periodically blocked the star's light. The most tantalizing possibility is that these dimming patterns could indicate artificial structures. Advanced civilizations might construct massive solar collectors, orbital habitats, or other megastructures that would be large enough to cast detectable shadows across interstellar distances. While this remains highly speculative, the organized nature of the light variations has kept this possibility alive in scientific discussions. Ground-based observatories and space telescopes have made TRAPPIST one of the most intensively studied star systems beyond our own. The James Webb Space Telescope has begun analyzing the atmospheres of these distant worlds, searching for chemical signatures that might indicate biological processes. The presence of gases like oxygen, methane, or water vapor could provide the first direct evidence of life on worlds beyond our solar system. The system's age adds another compelling dimension to its potential for harboring life. TRAPPIST-1 is estimated to be much older than our Sun, potentially giving any life that emerged there billions of additional years to evolve and develop. If intelligent civilizations did arise in this system, they would have had enormous amounts of time to advance their technology and possibly spread throughout their local planetary neighborhood. Recent atmospheric studies of the TRAPPIST-1 planets have yielded mixed but intriguing results. Some worlds show signs of having retained substantial atmospheres, while others appear to have lost their atmospheric envelopes to stellar radiation. The innermost planets likely experience surface temperatures too extreme for liquid water, but the outer worlds in the habitable zone remain promising candidates for detailed investigation. Discovery number 6 brings us to our nearest stellar neighbor, and a signal that made scientists question whether we might have detected our first attempted communication from beyond Earth. Proxima Centauri, the closest star to our solar system, at just over 4 light-years away, became the source of one of the most compelling potential alien signals ever recorded. In 2019, researchers at the Parkes Observatory in Australia were conducting routine observations when they detected something unprecedented. A narrow-band radio signal was emanating from the direction of Proxima Centauri, with characteristics unlike any known natural radio source. The signal maintained a consistent frequency and persisted across multiple observation sessions spanning several months. What made this detection extraordinary was the signal's artificial appearance. Natural radio sources from space typically produce broadband emissions across multiple frequencies, creating what sounds like static or noise when converted to audio. But this signal, designated Breakthrough Listen Candidate 1, was focused on a single frequency with the precision that suggests technological origin. The frequency itself was significant. It fell within a range that astronomers consider optimal for interstellar communication, free from interference by natural cosmic radio sources and Earth's atmospheric effects. Any civilization attempting to communicate across interstellar distances would logically choose similar frequencies for their transmissions. Even more compelling was the signal's apparent source. Proxima Centauri hosts at least one potentially habitable planet, Proxima Centauri b, which orbits within the star's habitable zone. This rocky world receives enough energy from its red dwarf star to potentially maintain liquid water on its surface, making it one of the most promising candidates for hosting life in our immediate cosmic neighborhood. The signal's detection coincided with increasing scientific interest in red dwarf star systems as potential habitats for life. These small, long-lived stars make up the majority of stellar objects in our galaxy and can shine steadily for trillions of years. Planets orbiting in their habitable zones might have enormous amounts of time for life to evolve and develop complex civilizations. Researchers spent months analyzing the signal, applying increasingly sophisticated techniques to determine its origin. They examined the possibility that it resulted from human technology, either from satellites, ground-based transmitters, or electronic interference. The signal's characteristics were compared against databases of known artificial radio sources on Earth. The investigation revealed subtle properties that initially seemed to rule out terrestrial origins. The signal showed no signs of the Doppler shifting that would be expected from Earth-based sources due to our planet's rotation and orbital motion. It maintained consistent strength and frequency across observation sessions separated by weeks, suggesting a source that remained stationary relative to the star system. However, after extensive analysis, researchers ultimately concluded that the signal likely originated from human technology rather than alien intelligence. They determined that complex interactions between multiple Earth-based radio sources could potentially create signals with characteristics similar to those observed. The conclusion was disappointing to those hoping for evidence of extraterrestrial communication, but the discovery process revealed how close we might be to detecting genuine alien signals. The Proxima Centauri signal highlighted both the promise and the challenges of the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. It demonstrated that our current technology can detect narrow-band radio transmissions from the nearest star systems, raising the possibility that any technologically advanced civilizations in our cosmic neighborhood could be within range of our listening capabilities. Discovery number 5 takes us into the realm of theoretical physics, and one of the most chilling possible explanations for why the universe seems so quiet, despite its vast potential for life. The dark forest theory offers a solution to Fermi's paradox that is both elegant and terrifying in its implications. Enrico Fermi's famous question, posed during a casual lunch conversation in 1950, highlighted a fundamental contradiction in our understanding of the universe. Given the enormous number of stars and planets in our galaxy, and the vast amounts of time available for life to evolve, we should expect to find evidence of numerous alien civilizations. The absence of such evidence, despite decades of searching, became known as Fermi's paradox. The dark forest theory proposes that advanced civilizations remain hidden, not because they don't exist, but because revealing their presence would be catastrophically dangerous. In this scenario, the universe operates like a dark forest, where every civilization is a hunter, moving silently through the trees, listening for signs of others, while remaining as quiet as possible themselves. The theory suggests that any civilization that announces its presence to the galaxy risks immediate destruction by more advanced species who view other intelligent life as an existential threat. In such an environment, the only rational survival strategy is to remain completely silent, developing advanced technology while maintaining perfect concealment from potential predators. This concept fundamentally changes how we interpret the apparent silence of the cosmos. Rather than indicating that we're alone, the quiet might represent a galaxy filled with civilizations that have learned to hide so effectively that they've become undetectable to species like humanity that haven't yet mastered the art of cosmic stealth. The implications for our own species are sobering. According to this theory, our radio and television broadcasts have been advertising Earth's location and technological development level to the entire galaxy for over a century. We've been lighting signal fires in a forest full of predators, potentially marking ourselves as a target for elimination. Some scientists argue that we may have already passed the point of no return. Our electromagnetic signature has expanded in a sphere, now encompassing hundreds of star systems. Any advanced civilization within this expanding bubble would already know of our existence and could be evaluating whether we represent a future threat that needs to be eliminated. The dark forest theory also explains why SETI efforts have yielded no confirmed detections of alien intelligence. If every successful civilization learns to communicate using methods that remain undetectable to less advanced species, we might be listening for signals that advanced aliens stopped using millions of years ago. Advanced civilizations might employ quantum entanglement for instantaneous communication, gravitational wave manipulation, or other exotic technologies that leave no electromagnetic signature detectable by our current instruments. They could be engaging in constant galactic communication while remaining completely invisible to civilizations like ours that still rely on primitive radio technology. The theory suggests that the universe might be teeming with intelligence, but intelligence that has learned to remain hidden as a fundamental survival strategy. ancient civilizations might have established protocols for avoiding detection, creating a galactic society that operates entirely in stealth mode to prevent the kind of destructive conflicts that could arise from open contact between species with vastly different technological capabilities. If the dark forest theory accurately describes galactic civilization, then our continued survival might depend on quickly learning to hide ourselves before more advanced predators notice our presence. The challenge would be developing stealth technology advanced enough to erase our electromagnetic signature while continuing to advance our understanding of the universe around us. The search for extraterrestrial intelligence takes on a different character under this framework. Rather than broadcasting our presence and hoping for friendly contact, we might need to focus on developing passive detection methods that allow us to observe galactic civilization without revealing our own existence until we understand the rules that govern interaction between spacefaring species. Our journey through these cosmic discoveries continues to build a compelling case that we're not alone in the universe. Each piece of evidence adds another layer to a growing body of knowledge that challenges our assumptions about life, intelligence, and our place in the cosmic order. The next revelations will take us even deeper into the mysteries that surround us, exploring phenomena that push the boundaries of what we thought possible. Discovery number 4 reveals evidence that challenges our most fundamental understanding of physics and reality itself. Deep in space, astronomers have detected phenomena that appear to violate the laws of nature as we know them. These observations have forced scientists to consider possibilities that were once relegated to the realm of science fiction. The James Webb Space Telescope has been capturing images of distant galaxies that shouldn't exist according to our current models of cosmic evolution. These massive galactic structures appear fully formed at times when the universe was supposedly too young to have allowed such complex organization to develop. The implications are staggering and force us to reconsider everything we think we know about how the cosmos operates. Some of these ancient galaxies display characteristics that suggest they formed through processes we don't understand. They contain heavy elements that shouldn't have existed in the early universe, and their stellar populations show signs of multiple generations of star formation and death occurring in timeframes that our physics says should be impossible. The most puzzling aspect of these discoveries is that the galaxies appear to have been deliberately arranged. Their positioning and structure show mathematical relationships that feel too precise to result from random cosmic evolution. Patterns emerge when you map their locations that suggest underlying organization operating on scales we never imagined possible. These findings have prompted some researchers to propose that intelligence might operate on cosmic scales we haven't previously considered. Perhaps what we're observing represents engineering projects so vast and ancient that they shape the fundamental structure of space-time itself. Civilizations with millions or billions of years to develop might achieve capabilities that approach the level of cosmic architecture. The possibility that intelligence could manipulate matter and energy on galactic scales opens up scenarios that stretch human imagination to its limits. Advanced beings might be capable of moving stars, constructing artificial galaxies, or even manipulating the expansion of space-time itself. What we interpret as natural cosmic evolution might actually represent the largest engineering projects ever undertaken. Recent observations have also revealed anomalous behavior in the cosmic microwave background radiation, the afterglow of the Big Bang that permeates all of space. Subtle patterns in this ancient light suggest structures that existed before galaxies formed, structures that appear too organized to result from random quantum fluctuations in the early universe. These cosmic scale anomalies force us to confront the possibility that intelligence has been shaping the universe for far longer than we ever imagined. If beings achieved technological mastery billions of years before Earth even formed, they would have had time to implement projects that restructured reality itself on the largest possible scales. Discovery number 3 takes us into the strange world of quantum mechanics and recent experiments that suggest consciousness itself might play a fundamental role in shaping physical reality. These findings have profound implications for our understanding of life and intelligence throughout the universe. Laboratory experiments in quantum physics have consistently demonstrated that the act of observation appears to influence the behavior of subatomic particles. This isn't simply a measurement problem or technological limitation. The evidence suggests that conscious awareness somehow participates in determining the physical properties of matter at the quantum level. The implications extend far beyond laboratory curiosities. If consciousness influences physical reality at its most fundamental level, then the presence of intelligent life in the universe might have measurable effects on the behavior of matter and energy. Advanced civilizations could potentially manipulate reality itself through focused conscious intention combined with sophisticated technology. Recent studies in quantum biology have revealed that biological systems routinely exploit quantum mechanical effects to achieve extraordinary efficiency in processes like photosynthesis and neural computation. Living organisms appear to operate as sophisticated quantum computers, processing information and manipulating matter at scales where classical physics breaks down. These discoveries suggest that life and consciousness represent something more than mere chemical reactions occurring in complex molecules. They might be fundamental features of the universe itself, emerging naturally wherever conditions permit sufficient complexity and organization to develop. If consciousness plays a fundamental role in physical reality, then intelligence throughout the universe might be capable of achievements that transcend our current understanding of what's possible. Civilizations that mastered the relationship between consciousness and quantum mechanics could potentially manipulate matter, energy, and even space-time itself through directed mental activity enhanced by advanced technology. The search for extraterrestrial intelligence takes on new dimensions when viewed through this quantum mechanical lens. Rather than looking only for radio signals or technological artifacts, we might need to search for the quantum signatures that conscious intelligence leaves on the fabric of reality itself. Some researchers propose that the strange behavior observed in certain cosmic phenomena might result from the influence of vast collective consciousnesses operating on scales we haven't previously imagined. Galactic civilizations that achieved unity of purpose across billions of individual minds might be capable of influencing reality at astronomical distances through coordinated quantum mechanical effects. These possibilities force us to reconsider what we mean by technology and intelligence. Advanced beings might operate through methods that appear to us as impossible violations of natural law, but which actually represent mastery of principles we haven't yet discovered. What looks like magic might simply be science, advanced beyond our current comprehension. Discovery number 2 reveals evidence that our galaxy might be far more crowded with intelligent life than we ever suspected. New analysis techniques applied to existing astronomical data have uncovered patterns that suggest technological activity on scales that dwarf anything humans have achieved. Artificial intelligence systems, trained to recognize technological signatures, have identified anomalous infrared emissions from thousands of star systems throughout our galactic neighborhood. These heat signatures don't match any known natural phenomena and appear to result from massive engineering projects that partially enclose entire stars to harvest their energy output. The concept of such megastructures was once purely theoretical, proposed by physicist Freeman Dyson as the inevitable result of any civilization's exponential energy needs. Dyson spheres or similar constructions would appear to distant observers as stars that emit excess infrared radiation, while showing reduced visible light output. The new data suggests that dozens of nearby star systems might host exactly these kinds of structures. What makes these detections particularly compelling is their distribution throughout the galaxy. Rather than appearing randomly, the candidate Dyson spheres show clustering patterns that suggest coordinated development by related civilizations. Some appear to be connected by streams of infrared emissions that might represent energy transmission networks or communication channels spanning hundreds of light years. The scale of these potential projects defies human imagination. A single Dyson sphere would require dismantling multiple planets to obtain sufficient raw materials. The engineering challenges involved would demand technological capabilities that make our most ambitious space projects look like children's toys. Yet the infrared signatures suggest that such constructions might be commonplace among advanced galactic civilizations. Even more intriguing are recent observations of stellar behavior that appears to be artificially controlled. Several stars have been observed dimming and brightening in patterns that suggest external manipulation of their nuclear fusion processes. The precision required to influence stellar dynamics indicates technology that operates on scales we're only beginning to comprehend. These observations align with theoretical predictions about how truly advanced civilizations might develop. Once a species masters interstellar travel and begins expanding throughout their local galactic region, they would inevitably face energy constraints that could only be solved through stellar engineering on massive scales. The implications for human civilization are profound. If our galaxy hosts numerous advanced species capable of stellar-scale engineering, then we exist within a cosmic community that operates on levels of technological sophistication that render our current achievements almost invisible by comparison. Communication with such civilizations would present challenges we haven't previously considered. Beings capable of manipulating stellar processes might operate on timescales where human lifespans represent mere instants. Their thoughts and communications might unfold over centuries or millennia, making meaningful dialogue extraordinarily difficult to establish. Yet the evidence suggests they're out there, reshaping the galaxy according to their needs and purposes. The infrared glow of their megastructures provides a constant reminder that intelligence has achieved mastery over cosmic forces that we're only beginning to understand. Discovery number 1 represents the most startling possibility of all. Recent advances in our understanding of space-time and quantum mechanics suggest that advanced civilizations might have already made contact with humanity, but in ways so subtle and sophisticated that we fail to recognize their presence. Theoretical physics has revealed that information can be transmitted through quantum entanglement across arbitrary distances instantaneously. More remarkably, quantum effects appear to operate backwards through time under certain conditions, allowing future events to influence past observations. These discoveries open up possibilities for communication methods that transcend our conventional understanding of causality and temporal sequence. Advanced civilizations that mastered these quantum communication techniques could potentially influence human development from across both space and time. They might be guiding our technological progress by subtly influencing the thoughts and discoveries of our greatest scientists and inventors. The breakthrough insights that drive human advancement could represent carefully orchestrated interventions by intelligence operating from our future or from distant star systems. This possibility reframes human history in extraordinary ways. The sudden acceleration of technological development over the past few centuries, the emergence of quantum mechanics and relativity theory, even the development of technologies that enable us to search for extraterrestrial life, might all represent the result of subtle guidance by advanced beings who understand that direct contact would be counterproductive. The evidence for such influence appears in the mathematical elegance of physical laws that seem almost designed to be discoverable by intelligence at our level of development. The fundamental constants of the universe appear fine-tuned not just for the existence of matter and energy, but for the emergence of conscious beings capable of understanding cosmic principles. Recent experiments in quantum archaeology suggest that information about past events remains embedded in the quantum structure of space-time itself. Advanced civilizations might be capable of reading this quantum historical record with perfect accuracy, giving them complete knowledge of every event that has ever occurred on Earth or anywhere else in the universe. Such capabilities would allow them to predict with certainty how human civilization will develop and what interventions might be necessary to guide us toward beneficial outcomes. They could influence our progress while remaining completely undetected, operating through quantum channels that leave no trace detectable by our current technology. The search for extraterrestrial intelligence might therefore be fundamentally misconceived. Rather than looking for external signals from distant civilizations, we might need to search for evidence of their influence in the structure of our own technological development and scientific discoveries. The patterns of human progress, the timing of crucial breakthroughs, and even the emergence of our desire to search for life beyond Earth might all represent carefully orchestrated elements of a vast educational program designed to prepare humanity for eventual open contact with the galactic community. If this interpretation is correct, then we're not searching for aliens at all. We're searching for evidence of our teachers, beings who have been guiding our development from the very beginning, patiently waiting for us to develop sufficient wisdom and technological capability to join them as conscious participants in the cosmic civilization that already surrounds us. The universe reveals its secrets slowly, but the evidence continues to accumulate. Each discovery builds upon the last, creating a picture of reality far stranger and more wonderful than we ever imagined. The question isn't whether we're alone. The question is whether we're ready to acknowledge that we never have been. These 10 discoveries represent more than isolated scientific curiosities. They form a tapestry of evidence that challenges our most fundamental assumptions about life, intelligence, and our place in the cosmic order. From fast radio bursts that pulse with mathematical precision to mysterious objects accelerating through our solar system without explanation, from potential fossilized life in Martian meteorites to stellar engineering projects that harvest the energy of entire suns. Each piece of evidence stands on its own, documented by our most sophisticated instruments and analyzed by our brightest minds. But together, they paint a picture of a universe teeming with intelligence operating on scales we're only beginning to comprehend. The silence we once interpreted as emptiness might actually represent the careful discretion of civilizations that learned long ago that announcing their presence carries existential risks. What makes these discoveries so compelling isn't just their individual significance, but the pattern they reveal. We're not seeing random anomalies scattered throughout the cosmos. We're observing systematic evidence that intelligence shapes the universe at every level, from quantum mechanical processes that respond to conscious observation to galactic structures that appear deliberately arranged. The implications extend far beyond academic curiosity. If we're surrounded by advanced civilizations operating through technologies we don't yet understand, then humanity stands at a crucial threshold. Our next steps could determine whether we join this cosmic community or remain isolated observers, struggling to decode signals from a conversation that's been happening around us for millions of years. The universe is vast, ancient, and stranger than we ever imagined. The evidence suggests we're not alone. We never have been. And the greatest adventure in human history is just beginning. The only question that remains is whether we're ready to accept what the cosmos has been trying to tell us all along.